I came to the US Embassy in London to ask Brits and Londoners what they thought of Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and the state visit.
He's an egotistical, horrible man.
Hi, I'm interviewing people about Donald Trump. He's been invited to a state visit. Can I get your opinions?
He's not welcome here. He is a dangerous individual who is not a politician. He's a businessman who's only interested in money. There is no compassion or empathy in him. He's narcissistic with a massive ego and doesn't belong in the political world at all, in my opinion.
Also, what I'd say is that they're bringing back the masculine side, because obviously in America it's been very feminine, and that's cool. But it's almost like it's like a tug of war in America, you know. It's like one way or the other. It's a bit confusing for people, and I feel like they push that a bit too. I don't think they're perfect people, but I don't think we can judge them. They're doing their best for people. I don't know how you can say this is that. We're humans, you know.
I try not to think about him very much, actually. I could almost get nightmares if I do. And I'm serious about it. I think he's probably amongst the most despicable persons that should be leading a country and have responsibility for absolutely anything on this planet.
I think he is a narcissist, racist, misogynist, vocabulary of a 6-year-old at best.
I don't have a very high opinion of it.
You know, but actually they just don't care about us. They care about their own financial interests and their own pockets. And their social views on humanity, on rights, it's just one that, I would have thought we have overcome this 100 years ago. For it to come back, for it to be discussed again, for women's rights to be discussed again and dismissed, for the rights to protest to be discussed again and dismissed, for human rights to be discussed again and dismissed. That's nonsense. It's nonsense. We should be progressing, not setting back. And for me, he is a huge setback.
What are your thoughts on Donald Trump?
Donald Trump is a fucking cunt. That's all I really have to say. Yep.
So that was Trump. Would Elon Musk do any better with the British public? What about Elon Musk? Any thoughts on...
Again, unelected officials with too much power. It's hugely questionable. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. What is it? Is it a democratic country anymore? I don't know.
Do you have an opinion on Elon Musk?
Same. Just more powerful in the sense of how much money that man can actually manage. And he doesn't speak much, but when he does, it's just utter dirt. So, he's too fascist, he's too extreme. People like him shouldn't be anywhere where there is any sense of power.
Do you have a message for Elon Musk?
You're also a fucking so
I don't understand why he is able to have so much power within the government when he's outside of the government. How he's able to do department of government.
An unelected official with way too many other things going on.
Who reduces the amount of money going toward pediatric research.
Yeah.
Did you see that Vance was saying that Britain's not been in a real war for 30 years? Did you see that? That came out this morning as well.
The very best security guarantee is to give Americans economic upside in the future of Ukraine. That is a way better security guarantee than 20,000 troops from some random country that hasn't fought a war in 30 or 40 years.
The only two random countries that have committed peacekeepers to Ukraine are Britain and France. And considering we committed troops in Afghanistan, Iraq, and also to help them with 9/11, I think Vance would be a little bit more courteous in his language, especially when you discover later that the bastard was deployed in Iraq in 2005. Though it's important to note, even though he was deployed, He had this to say in his memoirs:
I was lucky to escape any real fighting.
Or journalism.
It's just really disrespectful to so many Brits who have been veterans in Afghanistan, who fought alongside of us. As much as I disagree with those wars, to be so disrespectful to people, especially him, who has fought in no wars, who has absolutely no honor or dignity to him, to be so disrespectful is truly just trash, disgusting.
I mean, Elon Musk with Twitter, X, I think it's very important for free speech. Of course, it's not perfect again, but it's very important to have free speech and to be able to say what you want to say, and everyone to just have that ability to do that. And you know, he's making a lot of money from it, so I don't think he's going to complain.
Elon Musk?
Same. Greedy.
Even more so.
Does not belong to politics.
He is the devil's spawn.
I understand why people have concerns about him having too much power, but it's much better than the other people that were in power, so it's very hard to predict what's going to happen, even with Tesla robots or anything, you know.
I think one of the wildest things I've seen this week is that he's come out and said that he shut down aviation flu department. They lost 20 nuclear scientists because they fired them.
Like firing staff.
They're firing staff.
Yeah.
They fired the Ebola department,
Yeah.
which he came out and admitted.
It's a bit ruthless.
It's a bit ruthless, but you're also like, I think we need those departments because, like, how do you lose 20 nuclear scientists?
Right. I don't know what happened in that situation. Could you explain more? Like, why is that important?
So he's got a department called DOGE, D-O-G-E,
Yeah.
which is literally the department of trying to reduce spending in the US government.
Yeah.
And he seems to be systematically shutting down departments and not quite knowing who they are or why.
Yeah.
So, like, the Ebola department, that's him coming out on camera saying, I've shut that down, I'm really sorry, but we've got it back up after a day.
Yeah.
Aviation flu, that department got shut down, which for Americans at the moment is really important. So at the moment, for a dozen eggs, it's about $12 to $18.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which,
but so like, I think they're so used to being in a position of power to be able to do whatever they want to do, you know, so because of that, they just think, oh, we can do this because it's going to help us in this sort of way, like, quickly. Like, they're so used to being on top. They're not used to understanding normal human beings. Elon Musk came from nothing. But it's been so long since he's been born. But Donald Trump...
That's debated. Some people suggest that he actually came from wealth. His dad had ownership in an emerald mine.
Kind of makes sense.
Musk has said that that's not the case. But as
he lies a lot.
said...
He lies a lot. He does weird things. Like, he lies unnecessarily, you know. Like, I'm pretty sure he lied that he was on the leaderboard of a Dota game or something like that.
Diablo 2.
Yeah, like, why did you lie about that? A bit weird, yeah.
Why would you lie about
It's like he wants a good reputation, you know. And I don't know if you heard about Elon Musk's dad. I'm pretty sure he married...
So he didn't marry, but he did have 2 children with his stepdaughter. And finally, we have the state visit, the second one offered to Donald Trump. Do you have any thoughts on the state visit being offered? It's been interesting because even some of the right-wing papers are saying it should be rescinded after what he's been doing with Ukraine.
Very hard, isn't it? I mean, do you want to keep talking? I sort of think is dialogue is probably still a good idea to have a dialogue. But I mean, in terms of fawning and pomp and circumstance and, you know, rolling out the red carpet, I guess I'll do it. But it's questionable. Probably to keep talking is the most important thing, but yeah, it does seem very 100%. Destabilising at the moment.
Do you have a message to the UK government about the trip?
His trip to the US, you mean?
No, to the invitation. Do you have a message to the UK about the invitation?
Britain came out of the European Union, the European market, pretending that it wanted to regain its sovereignty. People have different views about that. My question is, to Starmer, to this current government, to any UK government, how much sovereignty does UK have when faced with decisions that might contradict the wishes of the USA?
We should send them a bill.
Yeah, exactly. Or they should just tell the British and American people how much money is being wasted on them.
I don't have many, if at all, any kind words to say to Trump or Elon Musk.
Or the government then, after I've explained what a state visit is? No, not happy.
I just think that in terms of taxpayer money and coming over to do better, I think that's a good word, isn't it? Just do better, really.
Do you have a message for the UK government about the state visit being offered?
I don't think he should come. He shouldn't come. End of story. He's in cahoots with Putin. He's in cahoots with Putin. End of story. You can't deny that Russia invaded Ukraine. So, in my eyes, he's in cahoots with him. That's it. And it's all to do with business and trade.
I understand why the King has offered that invite. I think to smooth the waters.
It's a nice sweetener deal.
Yeah, I think so. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I understand why it's been done.
Didn't get anything last time we did it. We got nothing. Does that change your mind?
I don't know.
Look, I'm a Republican, so it doesn't surprise me. Disgusting.
Let me know your thoughts on Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and the state visit in the comments below. If you'd like to help this channel, you can buy me a coffee. The more coffee I drink, the more videos I'm able to make. And to all of my Patreon and YouTube subscribers, thank you so much for all your support. You keep this channel going and growing. If you'd like to join, link in the description. Once again, thanks for listening. Bye for now.